What do you make of the Zen Master's comments, Will?
Well, I've been watching, and so I know the valley of the shadow of death I walk into here. I know that...
Will you just get to the point?
No.
He sees no evil. He sees no evil, Stephen A.
Just get to the point. You've had your time. You've had your days. You've been able to call Phil Jackson hot garbage.
As an executive, what else?
You've revealed your, we'll call it passion, Stephen A., towards this. But I think... Look, I'm going to be completely honest. When I walk into a room and 30 people all agree on a subject and they all agree on the conclusion, my antennas go up and I go, whoa, 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 whoa. Something's wrong. All of you agree. I like my chances disagreeing with you guys. I think righteousness might be somewhere away from your lemming consensus. By the way, First Take has an Instagram post up right now. Is Phil sabotaging the New York Knicks? Last I looked, there were 655 comments and not a single no. 655 yeses. I'm 100% sure that's wrong. If 655 people plus you two think Phil is sabotaging and/or incompetent, I feel pretty confident the other way. And Stephen A., I can come up with pretty reasonable explanations for what Phil is doing. You have acknowledged some of them. One, management can send a message to a player. And if he's simply trying to get Kristaps in line by showing, hey, you're expendable. Everyone's expendable. That has a useful purpose. But more importantly, why is it incompetent? Why is it hot garbage to entertain a trade offer? I didn't realize that Kristaps Porzingis had turned into Dirk Nowitzki. I didn't realize he was untouchable. He's somehow in a category of 3 or 4 players, how many, 5, 6, that are completely and utterly absurd to entertain. According to you two, and by the way, you certainly weren't there a few years ago when you got on this program and others and absolutely destroyed Phil for taking Kristaps.
Stop right there. That's a lie.
The clips are all over the place.
That's a lie because...
I don't lie.
Well, allow me to explain. I went off on Phil not because I was questioning the talents of Kristaps Porzingis, because I had openly acknowledged I had never seen him play.
Yes.
What I was saying was Phil Jackson said, this is not a reclamation project. We're trying to win now. Then drafted him and said he's about 3 or 4 years away. That was why I went off. So it's a fact.
Okay.
It's a fact.
Okay. All right.
So it wasn't a question. Even though I like people see me on the air and they want to sit up there and point to the sound. I am telling you for a fact what I said. On national television and national radio, I said Kristaps Porzingis, maybe he does have the talent, but you don't have 3 or 4 years to sit here and do this. Who the hell do you think you are, Phil? That's what I said.
But also, even if he had said that, Will, it's different. There's a difference between missing on a prospect, like not understanding how good he's going to be, and acknowledging at a certain point, okay, the guy's really, really good.
No, Max, look, I love Stephen A. Despite what people think about our personal relationship. I like Stephen A. But I'm going to hold you to a consistency when I hear. And I hear you contextualizing why you railed against the Knicks taking Porzingis.
I quoted myself. I quoted myself. Okay.
I hear you. But my point is this. What a dramatic turnaround everyone has made. I don't know where you were 3 years ago, Max. From, wow, this doesn't make any sense. Who is this Latvian guy? It may take years to, oh, my God, he's untouchable.
No.
Oh, my God, he's Dirk.
Come out. You didn't.
How dare you listen to an offer?
Wait a minute. Once again, misnomers. No one said he was untouchable this way, number one. And number two, let me finish. Nobody compared him to Dirk. What I said was, you're Phil Jackson. You haven't made any damn good moves. And on top of it all, what's the reason for all of this? It's not basketball. It's the fact that he didn't show up for the exit interview and he hasn't been returning your phone calls. I'm sorry, Will.
Even if that's the case. Even if that's the case, it's okay.
Phil said it.
Even if that's the case, it's okay.
So in other words, you have no problem. You have no problem. And by the way, be careful, because even though you're from Texas, you live in New York now. Mind your manners, because you got to walk the streets eventually, okay? Let's be clear.
All right.
You're all right with Phil Jackson telling New Yorkers, you know what? I don't like the fact that he hasn't returned my call. And he did skip his exit interview, making a basketball decision based off of that. You're fine with that?
I think successful organizations have strong leadership. They're not run by players who've been there 2 or 3 years.
Do you believe that the New York Knicks have strong leadership?
Flexing his muscles.
Do you believe that Phil Jackson? Do you believe that Phil Jackson and the New York Knicks have strong leadership? Are you?
I'm not.
Take your time. Take your time, because you're good at doing it to me. You're good at doing this to us. Do you
hold on a second. I'm getting in here. Hold on.
I want you in here. Hold on. Oh yeah, you're damn right you want him in here. You're damn right you want him in here.
I'm getting in here.
Go ahead, Max. Go ahead,
First of all, Will, there are consensus about many things. And what you're arguing is the contrarian point of view for the sake of the contrarian point of view.
No, not for the sake.
You're not coming
for
with real data, and you're trying to isolate the Porzingis situation.
That's why we're talking about this.
The Earth is round. There is a consensus that the Earth is round. And Kyrie Irving says, oh, wait a minute, no, the Earth is flat. No, that's an idiotic statement. That is a stupid thing to say. It is flatly untrue, and it doesn't matter if you think, well, if everyone thinks the Earth is round, maybe it's flat. It's dumb to think that, and there's no other way to put it. And in this case, now I'm not saying that you are stupid to think this.
No, I'm ready when you're done.
But it is simply untrue that Phil has done a good job with the Knicks. And what you're trying to do is isolate the Porzingis example.
That's why we're having the conversation.
That is the jumping off point. But it also has to be contextualized, getting nothing for Tyson Chandler, nothing for Amon Shumpert and J.R. Smith, signing Joakim Noah to a $72 million deal, an albatross, around the franchise. The fact that no free agents want to come to the Knicks. Everyone knows it's in disarray. The fact that no one respects Phil Jackson. That's why he left the exit interview. He's telling Phil Jackson, you just want to take the money and not really do your job? You don't take this seriously? I don't respect you, and neither does anyone in New York right now as an executive. Hold on. Kristaps Porzingis is a 21-year-old, 7'3", outside shooting, rim protecting, athletic franchise cornerstone who is already, according to Nate Silver, by the way, a top 5 defender in the NBA, according to one metric, defender, and hasn't really even tapped his real offensive potential. Can you listen to offers for him? Sure. Why do you can listen to offers for Michael Jordan?
But you just have to suffer Max Kellerman saying you're a moron for doing so.
No.